Way up in the Swiss Alps is a charming little village called Zermatt. As endearing as the town itself is, there's one thing that gives Zermatt a real X factor. It has a direct line of sight to the peak of the Matterhorn right from the centre of the village. And that's exactly why we're here, to find the best views of the Matterhorn possible, and to try the local wine, eat fondue, and appreciate the local plant life. The village is a car-free zone, which means you need to park at the bottom of the mountain and take a train on the way up. At the train station, you will find a completely self-service Starbucks, which was actually one of the better coffees we had in Switzerland. There was no time to waste, so after checking into our hotel, we jumped straight on the train up to the viewing platform at Gornergrat. Our plan was to take the easy way up and then hike back down. A one-way ticket cost about $70 US. There are no discounts for the return journey, so if you want to take the train back, double that. But we wanted to take our time on the way back so we could really take in the surrounding views. While it's difficult to take your eyes off the Matterhorn, if you turn around and look back over the town of Zermatt, you get a great view all the way down the Matter Valley. There are a number of other peaks and glaciers that add to the complexity of the landscape. But of course, your eyes are always going to be drawn back to that peak of the Matterhorn. So far, we'd been lucky enough to have a reasonably sunny day. There was some stubborn cloud around the peak of the Matterhorn that we hoped would clear, but a more immediate threat was a deteriorating weather forecast.
And now we're doing our best to take advantage of the blue skies and light cloud around the Matterhorn, with some increasingly dark clouds as well. So while we're cheating slightly by only walking down, it was our best weather window. And I say weather window like we're going to climb the thing, but after what happened in Lucerne, where we were surrounded by fog the whole time at the top of the mountain, we really wanted to make the best of this. So we're hoping we can at least get down to a reasonable point before the storms roll in, and we can get some really nice views along the way. And I guess walking downhill, we can make good time as well. So we're very, very lucky that we've got some sunshine. There's the sun coming out again, and wants to get to this lake while the sun's still out. That's at the next train stop, or near the next train stop. So we've got to hustle to get there, but like I said, we'll see some cool stuff that you can't see from the train along the way. We just want that little bit of cloud that's been stuck to the peak. Just blow away for a moment, give us a look at the whole thing. We've come so close on a few occasions, but haven't quite been able to see the full shape of the mountain. So we're hoping to get lucky. In her best hiking attire.
This is comfortable.
So we did make it to the lake while the sun was still out, and this was my second favourite view of the whole day. It was a surreal moment, and we could have sat there for hours. But before we left, there was one more thing I needed to do.
This just in, power sauce is amazing.
Once the walking trail moves away from the railway line, and about halfway down, we came across what could potentially be one of the greatest park benches on the planet. This was easily the best view of the Matterhorn we had all day. And just sitting there quietly, taking in the view, it gave me goosebumps. And it did make me feel a little bit emotional with just how grand and spectacular the view was. The last thing that I thought I would be recommending to everyone as part of this experience is to sit on a bench. But everyone needs to sit there at least once. So while we never quite got to see the full mountain because of that stubborn cloud near the peak, it was still an amazing experience.
Oh my god, it's huge.
All right, 1, 2. No, I wouldn't do it. Hey! Finally. Ran out about 3/4 of the way down. Oh, I'm parched. And we're back. That was terrible.
So we celebrated that night with a few drinks and a very Swiss cheese fondue. We would have loved to have tried again the next day if the sun was going to be out, but unfortunately the forecast was looking gloomy. So we decided to cut our stay in Zermatt short and move on. But one day we will come back to see the Matterhorn once again in full sunshine.